Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're tackling a question from a listener about growing Mexican mint.
Ah, yes, the overwatering issue. It comes up quite a
It,
bit.
it does, and we found this great little source, a blog post actually. It's called Mexican Mint Overwatering, Root Rot and Recovery. Notes on Gardening, part 537.
Quite a title. Published back on May 17th, 2025.
Yeah, feels like ages ago, but the advice is timeless. So our mission today.
Pretty much to boil down what went wrong for the author, Ang, and figure out how you can avoid the same pitfalls with your mint.
Right, get you the key takeaways for keeping that Mexican mint thriving, not, well, drowning.
Exactly. Because the interesting thing Ang points out is how counterintuitive it can be.
How so?
Well, Mexican mint has this reputation, right? Beginner-friendly, tough, drought-tolerant.
Yeah, almost indestructible. You hear that a lot.
And Ang actually had success at first, kept it on a shaded balcony, watered it like hardly ever.
And it did well.
It thrived,
Yeah.
which kind of proves its natural tendency. It prefers less attention, less water.
Okay, so if you're a forgetful waterer, this might actually be a good thing for this plant.
Could be. It handles dry spells pretty well. Much better than constant wet feed, anyway.
Which brings us to the problem Aang ran into. What happened then?
Well, things changed. Aang started seeing yellowing leaves, but only at the bottom of the plant.
All right, lower leaves yellowing.
And the stems near the soil, they were getting brownish, kind of soft and mushy.
Ah, not good signs. So what was the diagnosis?
Classic overwatering leading to root rot. It seems heavy rains combined with maybe a bit too much manual watering tipped it over the edge.
Root rot. That sounds bad. What's actually going on in the soil when that happens?
So the soil stays waterlogged, constantly wet. Roots need air, oxygen, just like we do.
Right.
When all the air pockets in the soil are full of water, the roots basically, well, they suffocate.
Okay, so they can't breathe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that weakened, suffocating state, it's perfect for nasty fungi and bacteria to move in and start decaying the roots.
And Aang mentions a specific reason why the soil stayed so wet recycled soil with high clay content.
Yeah, that was a key factor. Clay soil holds onto water really tightly, doesn't drain well.
So even if it wasn't raining constantly, that soil just stayed saturated.
Pretty much, clay particles are super fine, packed together, leaving very little space for air or for water to drain away quickly.
Okay, makes sense. Now, Aang also mentioned something I found a little surprising, the shallow root system of Mexican mint.
Right. You'd think shallow roots might mean it dries out faster,
Oh,
maybe?
yeah, something like that. But it seems it made it more vulnerable.
It did in this case.
Yeah.
Because those shallow roots were sitting right in that top layer of constantly wet, poorly draining clay soil. They had nowhere to escape the saturation.
Ah, I see. No deeper, drier soil layers for them to reach down into.
Precisely. So they were just stuck in the problem zone.
So the plant's struggling, roots are rotting away. What was the solution? Did Aang manage to save it?
Sort of. Not the original rooted part, but yes, they salvaged the plant propagation. They took cuttings from the healthy parts, the green upper stems, and the tips that still looked good.
Ah, clever. Just snip off the healthy bits above the rot.
Exactly.
Hmm.
And rooted those cuttings to start new plants. It's often the best way when root rot is really established. You're essentially starting fresh with healthy material.
Okay, so for you listening, the big message here seems pretty clear.
Uh-huh. Less is more with watering Mexican mint. Seriously.
And pay attention to your soil. Good drainage is absolutely crucial. Maybe add some perlite or sand if you think your soil holds too much water.
Definitely good practice. This plant really does prefer to be on the drier side. Like Ang found, if you tend to forget watering, it might actually thank you for it.
So wrapping this up, Mexican mint, while tough, is really susceptible to overwatering, especially if your soil drainage isn't great.
Yep. Don't love it to death with the watering can. Think drier.
It's a good reminder that even plants labeled easy have their specific needs, doesn't it?
It really does. Makes you wonder, what other common, supposedly low-maintenance plants might have these hidden sensitivities, maybe to soil pH or light, or something else we don't immediately think of?
That's a really interesting thought to leave folks with. Definitely something to consider in your own garden.